Hey there folks and welcome to this video. Here's a general notice how I kick off the week by talking about my plans for the week ahead, look a bit further back and talk about a topic that's on my mind. If you look for this week's one, timestamps should be in the description for you. And well, let's start off by talking about the week ahead. I'm probably going to be doing content from like Thursday-ish. Hopefully there are going to be more streams. There should be a BUSR iRacing one. I did one where I was doing the pre-season coverage today for ACC. And maybe another couple of bits and pieces as well. I know I got to Twitch affiliate ability, but I decided not to take it up because it requires some exclusivity things that I'm not going to uphold. Because here, YouTube, it's my main platform. I like having the following I do on Twitch, but at the same time, I don't like the idea of signing up for exclusivity on my streams. So yeah, I guess that's that. But elsewhere, I want to cover some more WRC, some more F1. I want to get my Dakar review done. But once my deadlines are out the way, I'll have a lot more time to do that with. And I should do an endurance race this weekend as well. I think it's 6 hours of Silverstone. But looking back, I've had some fun making some content, and some bits performed quite well. I quite liked being able to show off my new pedals, for example. That was quite nice. That was a nice little feature. Then, yeah, I guess talk about the kind of stuff that's on my mind. And you know what? There are a few things on my mind. I think one of the things is it's spectacular to see what's going on right now with stock markets and Wall Street, and how Reddit have taken on the hedge funds and been winning, but the hedge funds are fighting back, of course they are. I talked about this in my Song of the Week. It's almost as if the free markets aren't actually free. It's almost as if it's stacked against those who aren't part of the establishment. That's kind of what I've been thinking. But at the same time, I've been looking at what's going on in the world of football. When you see the kind of views some players are getting, some black players are getting in the Premier League, having an off day, bad day at the office, kind of views the likes of Rashford get, not to mention countless others. You think this is a sport that was able to be more unified than F1 with its message. It has these problems. On the plus side, you've got people actually being held accountable for it. So you got that one guy who got arrested. I mean, I think I was reading a BBC Sport article about it, and Jermaine Genius was quoted in it when he was like, "And you ask why we still kneel." F1 doesn't get that message. Motorsports don't get that message. But then, am I surprised? No. I'm really not. Because in motorsport, I like to go, well, it's not about a racism thing. It's about all these other factors. But the problem is, when you're talking about it being about things like money and capital and being able to invest, it's always going to favour the established groups. Especially when you talk about things like finances, it's going to be based around countries that were imperial powers. So you talk about the likes of Mazepin. In Lawrence Stroll, you've got the British Empire there, Canada. Then you got Dmitry Mazepin with the establishment of Russia. And with most of the drivers in sport, they've had to have money because their family's been well off. In fact, I'd probably say the closest you get in F1 today to somebody who was really kind of working class, and even then he really wasn't. It's Lewis. That's the closest you get. Guessing the generations coming up now, maybe some of the French drivers, the likes of Ocon. But, like, Lando isn't. Likes of Latifi and Stroll certainly aren't. Of course, you got the likes of Mazepin. I guess that's another difference between the likes of football and F1. Because at the same time, if you think about how many players there are in the Premier League, you've got 20 teams, and each of them is going to have probably 18 players. So you got your 11 you got your first 11, then you got a bunch of people that you'd have as backups. Think about like squad sizes. Typically, those squad sizes are around 20-25. So you've easily got 400, 500 players in the Premier League. And F1's 20. There is a problem in F1, and I'm going to try and wrap up now because I've gone on for a lot to talk about. So I've talked about this stuff a lot before as well. But it's not something we really think about. And again, I was reading something on BBC Sport. It was, I think, an Andrew Benson kind of long piece talking about Hamilton. And there's a bit with Toto Wolff, and he says something like, Lewis asked him if he thinks about his ethnicity, so being white. You went, no, I don't actually think about it. Then Lewis went, I think about my own every day. That's not an experience I'm going to face. I won't face the kind of racist abuse. Or at least even if I did, it wouldn't be for that kind of reason. And it wouldn't be as violent or as horrid. That's hard to understand. And the reason why it's hard to understand is because I'm in a position of privilege where I won't be able to empathise with it. So, I guess the moral is listen. And, don't be a dick. I try not to swear, and that's probably the closest I'm going to get to swearing for a while in a video, but yeah. Don't be a dick. Especially when somebody's saying that they're facing racism abuse, you don't go, oh, but you're well off, you're posh. Because the racism isn't going to be like, oh, you've got some kind of status. That means that it doesn't affect you. It does. And if you think it doesn't, look what happened to the Premier League. That's all I'll say. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you around. Bye for now.